LPH Motorsports.
What it do, what it is. So I'm gonna teach you guys how to diagnose a misfire today. My boy hit me up and told me that his mom's car was running real rough, and we got it right here. It's a 2000 and something Hyundai Accent, and it's got a misfire. So I'm gonna go ahead and run the car and start pulling the coil plugs to see what changes in the way the car runs or what doesn't, and swap them if one's bad to verify which cylinder the misfire is coming from. So I'll show you guys how to do that right now. So we're gonna go ahead and start the car up, see how the motor's running. If I could get her in the hole.
Hold up.
All right, so you can see the check engine light is on, and if you give it a second, it'll start flashing, which is what indicates the misfire. So give it a second, anytime now, come on. There it goes. So when you see that, 9 times out of 10, there's very few instances that it'll do it without there being a misfire, but 9 times out of 10, it's because of a misfire. So we're gonna come over here and we're gonna pull each coil plug to chase it down. So pop this little tab off. You can see how the motor's running, and when I pull it, you see how it gets worse. Plug it back in, it idles up, runs a little smoother. And I already know which one it is, but I'm showing you guys. So you move this. When you pull this guy, this is the bad one, you're gonna see it's not gonna change, which tells you that there's a misfire here. So now, since it did not change, we know that this misfire is coming from cylinder number probably 3. Not sure how this is ran, but usually 1 is the closest to the time chain. And then I'll show you one more. You see it almost shut off, and it idles back up. So we got a misfire in this guy right here, so I'm gonna go ahead and swap the coils. Turn the car off. So I'm gonna go ahead now and swap these coils over so that we could basically just chase the misfire and be 100% sure that it's a coil and not a spark plug or anything else in the wiring of it. Usually, if you have the proper scan tool, which I do not, depending on what tool you have, it'll tell you exactly where the misfire is coming from and what cylinder. But since we are LPH Motorsports, we ain't got that. So we're doing it the not wrong, but the not according to spec way of doing it. So you want to make sure you know which one is which before you swap them. So we're gonna label the bad one. With the old handy Sharpie. Where'd you put that Sharpie?
I thought I gave it to you.
I do have it. So we're gonna label this guy right here with B on it for bad. Real simple. Magic. Look at that. It's like a card shuffler. Pop them down. Pop them down. And this car's actually really clean. It's got like, what, 50,000 miles on it?
Barely anything.
Yeah, it doesn't have very many miles on it, but these do go bad often. So I usually start there with a misfire on a car with low mileage, just because it's usually the first thing to go.
I believe it's 2008.
Yeah, it's relatively low miles for the year.
Yeah.
Plug everything back in. Look at that. It's almost like I worked on cars for 2 years. Take the keys out.
Yeah, I got them in my pocket.
So we're going to go ahead and start it back up. And chase the misfire back. So now, if it's a coil, it'll basically tell us that it's the guy that I labeled B. So we can go ahead and back, and the motor shouldn't change in idle. So we'll see. Stayed the same. Plug it back in. I'm gonna go ahead and check the guy that was swapped, and now it should run a lot rougher. There it goes. So here's your tech tip for the day: diagnosing a misfire. So the next thing to do is replace the plug that we labeled bad, and make sure it runs good, and she should be good to go. So we'll probably pick it up tomorrow in the morning and change it up. Tonight is Nochebuena, or Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
So I don't even know if the parts stores are gonna be open, but if anything, we could just go ahead and order it on Amazon or just pick it up on Sunday or Saturday. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe, all that. If not, that's fine too. But that's how you diagnose a misfire. We gone.
Happy holidays.